Hello and welcome to this BLM podcast. My name is Helen Devery and I'm a partner at BLM and head of the National Health, Safety and Regulatory team. Today's podcast will be to introduce you to our Criminal Defence Solutions team. I'm delighted to be joined by Nick Gianferrari, who is a key member of this team. Welcome, Nick. Could you please describe your role?
Thank you, Helen. Yes, I'm a partner in our Health, Safety and Regulatory team, engaged on a day-to-day basis defending clients facing prosecution in the criminal courts, usually for health and safety matters, driving matters, and also I do inquest work. My background is purely in criminal law, and the practice and purpose of Criminal Defence Solutions is to bring that expertise for the benefit of you as potential new clients.
Thanks, Nick. So to put this into context, the podcast today will be looking specifically at our Criminal Defence Solutions team. We are the team providing advice to individuals under arrest or under criminal investigation or scrutiny. And here at BLM, we're providing expert advice in criminal law and procedure from the very first indication of an investigation through to guiding our clients who are under arrest or investigation for criminal offences. We're advising them on securing representation available from initial questioning, the charging process, the magistrates' court advocacy, Crown Court preparation, and any appellate work. And during this podcast, Nick and I will discuss how the team can assist you should you find yourself or your company in need of such representation. Nick, who can BLM represent as part of our Criminal Defence Solutions team?
Simply put, anyone and everyone who finds themselves under or at risk of police investigation, whether that be individuals looking to pay privately for representation or those who have other forms of funding. We have the expertise to advise in all aspects of criminal matters, be that from white-collar business crime through to historic or violent offences. The team can represent clients under investigation for multiple offences, including financial investigations, deception, murder, manslaughter, GBH, robbery, and many more.
So as part of our offering, we're also interested in understanding how we can help protect a business's reputation. Could you expand a little bit more on how we can support businesses with reputational management, Nick?
By offering advice and assistance from the outset, and critically at each stage of the investigation. Typically, we will attend upon and advise a client as to what to expect and what options they have, for example in a police interview. We'll obtain pertinent information regarding the allegation from the interviewing officers and devise the interview strategy. This is critical as it lays the foundation, be it for a finding of no further police action or if matters do proceed, to mount a successful defence to the allegation. We attend upon clients to obtain detailed instructions, witness statements, consider experts, advise us to the court process and be with them at every hearing until the matter concludes.
So reputation goes beyond the boardroom, and many of the people listening to our podcast today will be acutely aware of the negative impact that bad PR can have on any organisation, particularly a significant criminal investigation. I'm interested to drill down into a bit more of the specifics around some of the cases that you've dealt with, Nick. Could you perhaps give us some insight into these?
Certainly. There's the whole gamut of criminal offences I have dealt with in my career, whether that be from white-collar matters such as the frauds involving company directors, facilitating money laundering, through to more red-blooded criminal offences where you have assaults, drug offences, and those sort of types of offences. An example that we might be useful to think of is not necessarily the offences themselves per se, but an individual that may be caught up, perhaps unexpectedly in such offences. So if we look at a company director, all companies are diverse and therefore these individuals can be involved in all sorts of matters. So such as the carousel fraud, whereby I have experience of businesses and directors being charged with offences involving multi-jurisdictional financial movements, through to a company director of a business where he's had found that he was unwittingly being used by customers to facilitate money laundering, and it was important that his position was made abundantly clear to avoid his prosecution. From that, as divergent as a company director in a construction firm who had difficulties on site, which led to allegations of assault being laid against him. And similarly, we have had incidents where there has been drug use or suspected drug use and drug supply on building sites, which has impacted upon those that have been operating those premises, through to a very different set of circumstances where experience of a company director that was charged with road rage offences following an incident as part of a minor traffic collision. So it's really looking at where individuals can be potentially caught up in various different types of actions that could require surprisingly different types of interest from the police or other investigating authorities.
So a very broad spectrum there of offences, and ones I think it's fair to say that many people never think they're going to encounter, but the reality is that may happen to individuals, and therefore BLM's Criminal Defence Solutions is able to support them should they face those types of investigations and charges. But why do you think BLM is market leading in this niche area, Nick?
We have an excellent reputation. One that we've worked hard to attain, and one that we take into all areas of work that we do. And critically, we have expertise in this area. Regulatory lawyers are not necessarily experts in criminal law. The difference here is I am, and that is an offering that we can bring forward to deal with the wider effects of real life, for want of a better phrase, where the police can become involved, and it requires a different type of representation, a different type of advice and assistance. And through that and our experience of dealing with these pressured and stressful environments and experiences, then I am in a position to take the weight of that on behalf of my clients to guide, advise and assist them through these dark and difficult processes.
So it's beyond the conventional of a normal regulatory team. By having this additional set of skills which have been honed over many years and specialising in the criminal investigation process and procedure, we're able to provide this support to our customers. In summary, I hope you've enjoyed the podcast and found it informative. The key takeaways, which we hope that you will take away, consider and discuss with your colleagues, is really understanding the risks which your business or you as individuals can face. To have a plan in place. I always say that it's very important to stress test any scenario. How would you and your business react to one of your key personnel being involved, or the wider business being involved, in a serious criminal investigation? For anyone who's interested in the services that the Criminal Defence Solution team here at BLM can provide, please get in touch with either myself or Nick. We very much look forward to hearing from you.